In the universe of Game of Thrones, the character Jaime Lannister initially appears as a figure defined by his golden armor, exceptional swordsmanship, and the infamous title of Kingslayer. Seemingly arrogant, superficial, and existing only through privilege. However, his story is in fact a deeply layered exploration of honor, love, guilt, and identity fragmentation. From the very beginning, Jaime's character is shaped under the harsh and authoritarian influence of Tywin Lannister, raised as the proud warrior of House Lannister, while his forbidden and intensely emotional bond with his twin sister Cersei Lannister complicates his moral compass from the outset. In his youth, Jaime earns fame as one of the most skilled swordsmen in Westeros, and during the Robert Isayani, his pivotal decision to kill King Aerys I earns him the title Kingslayer, simultaneously positioning him as the man who saved the realm and as the man who broke his sacred oath, since society reduces his act to betrayal rather than recognizing its moral complexity. This contradiction becomes the central psychological wound of his character, trapping him in a constant identity crisis between hero and traitor. Initially, Jaime behaves as a confident, arrogant, and seemingly indifferent knight fully aware of his privileges, but after his capture and the loss of his sword hand, he undergoes a profound transformation as he is forced to confront a reality where his identity can no longer rely on physical dominance, but must be rebuilt through character. This breaking point initiates a deep internal reconstruction, especially during his journey with Brienne of Tarth, whose uncompromising sense of honor and justice forces Jaime to confront the guilt and moral contradictions he had long suppressed, gradually revealing that, behind the Kingslayer label lies a man who once acted to save countless lives but was never truly understood. This period becomes the most critical stage of his inner conflict, as his emotional dependency and love for Cersei continuously pull him back toward his former self, while his experiences with Brienne and the consequences of his past push him toward a more honorable path. His return to King's Landing and his renewed involvement with Cersei and the growing corruption around him demonstrates that his development is not linear but rather a cycle of progress and regression. Jaime's greatest tragedy is that he is never able to fully become either a hero or a villain, remaining instead trapped in a morally gray space where every decision fractures his identity further. In the end, his choices made out of love for Cersei call into question the growth he achieved throughout his journey. Yet his story is not simply one of decline, but rather a complex process of fragmentation, conflict, and search for meaning. Ultimately, Jaime Lannister's character stands as one of the most psychologically rich portraits in Westeros, illustrating how honor, love, guilt, and identity can continuously clash within a single human being, and how a person can remain forever suspended between the labels imposed by society and the truth they struggle to define within themselves.